You will find life a lot easier if you will talk to your spirit and ask your spirit to build in firmly, emphatically, and radically a picture of reality that all things are provided by spirit on an as-needed basis. This will save your sanity. Because you'll quit running around the house, spending all that time looking for something you didn't need anyway, just because you noticed it wasn't where you left it. And it means you'll quit worrying about money. You'll quit worrying about resources. How's it going to happen? Everything provided on an as-needed basis is a level of psychic and energetic and emotional security you can't imagine. You can't imagine until you have shifted to that place. It is peace at levels that are incredible. And we're not talking about, gee, it's okay because it happened. I hate that stuff. That's victim positioning to the universe. I hear that a lot. My divine essence is divine will. I'm designed to shift things. So if I don't like it, I'm going at it. Just because it happened doesn't make it okay with me. Allowing your spirit to provide everything on an as-needed basis means that you're going to hit some points as your spirit is deconstructing your survival structures and your control structures where you're going to think it's needed and it's not. You may have the experience of your spirit putting through a project. You're going to do this, 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 and this. And it's going to cost this, 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 and this. And you get to the end of that and suddenly the money's not there. What and how will you react? Your spirit may set it up just so the structures can collapse. It is a blessing. It hurts, but it's a blessing. As you move into 9th level light body, ask your spirit to wake you up. Do whatever it takes. Require of me whatever it takes. Begin to go through the center. There is nothing to learn. There is nothing to get. You are just becoming what you really are. So for those of you who do process addiction, I want you to know that the core addiction of process addiction, and I want you to just think about it. If you're one of those people that's constantly processing, I want you to think about that the core energy of process addiction is, what if I process all my stuff and I'm still an asshole? You will never finish, because you don't want to find that out. Much better declare yourself an asshole and get it over with. If asshole is part of your wholeness, why should you resist it? Your spirit built it. It's holy. What part of you do you want to not make holy? Now, as you move toward living heaven, which we always say is sort of the goal, it's like live heaven, chip away anything that doesn't look like heaven to you. Quit participating in that which does not look like heaven to you. Life gets easier, actually, after it's fallen apart. Good state. After it falls apart. Now, what AO tells you, we tell you, we may not make your lives easier, but we'll definitely make them better. Easier is not necessarily better. When you decide to follow your spirit with each breath and each step, your spirit will require of you at levels you can't even imagine. And you will do it. And you will co-create with other beings who are dedicated to living heaven. One of the main shifts that happens as your consciousness moves what we call fifth dimensionally, you find that you are completely accepting of what you are as a third and fourth dimensional being. In other words, if you're being an asshole, you do it with gusto. We talk about doing it with gusto. And the reason we do this is because most of the spiritual practices on the planet are designed to keep you denying parts of yourself. If you are in a place where you are denying or fighting with or processing parts of yourself, you're probably not operating from your divinity, because your divinity will include it. Okay? The difference is that if you're operating third dimensionally, all you're focused on is what is wrong with you. And you're trying to earn or learn your way out of here. If you're focused fourth dimensionally, you're a recovering human, and you are trying to save, heal, or fix yourself, everybody else, or the planet. You're still focused on what's wrong with you and everybody else. And when you go fifth dimensionally, you become focused on heaven and building heaven on earth with other people. And stuff comes up. It isn't like instantaneously you're perfected. Oh, I'm never going to be pissed again. Right. Not if you use divine will, you'll be pissed plenty of times. Allowing yourself to be whole. When it comes up, the difference is, as it comes up, you go, yeah, it's part of my wholeness, but it's out here. It isn't your whole vision. It's, okay, Spirit, what do you want me to do with it? You want me to ignore it? You want me to process it? You want me to go work with somebody? You want me to go to this workshop? What do you want me to do with it? It no longer is your reality. Processing yourself is no longer the goal. Over the years, Ariel has been known to beg people to quit processing. And the reason for that is because if you make processing what is real for you, the universe will rearrange itself around it ad nauseum. And you will have so much to process that you will have no way that you can follow your spirit or live heaven. Because you'll process all of this life, all your genetic line, every incarnation you've got, you'll start processing the entire planet. Then you'll start processing other planets. You're all incarnate on at least 350 other planets. At least. You'll start processing those. You have effectively eliminated yourself as a person who can co-create heaven. Now, this doesn't mean that stuff doesn't come up. It does. But it's no longer the goal. The goal is living heaven and following your spirit. Anything that gets in the way of that goal will be dealt with swiftly and cleanly. You just go, Spirit, what do you want me to do with this? Spirit goes, go work with that person. We're going to clear this. Boom. Be ready for tremendous amounts of change. Over this next year, the level of change on this planet will be amazing. The level of collapse of existing systems over the next 2 years will be breathtaking. If you live your life, everything is provided by Spirit on an as-needed basis. You need to never live in fear. Because it doesn't make any difference what collapses. Period. It's there. And by the way, I've had a few people misinterpret me when I say that everything provided by Spirit. This does not mean you get to sit on your butt and have paper bags full of money dropped on your front porch. If you follow your Spirit, you're going to work your butt off. We're co-creating a new world here. There's stuff to do. It's cool. It's cool. So we talk about fierce wholeness. So what we're looking at now is the majority of the world population, the positioning teams, are going to begin to go into 9th level light body. This requires of you, all of you, no matter what team you're part of, a very high level of compassion. Some of the greatest service you will do is the simple one-on-one touching of human being to human being, saying, it's okay, honey, it's going to be all right. That simple, gentle reassurance is so important, especially when someone feels alienated. It may be the highest service you can do. Never underestimate the service you do one-on-one, one human being to another. Yeah, it's not some great mission. Who cares about the great mission? Everybody has the same mission. Follow your spirit without hesitation. Each breath and each step is the same mission. Everybody has the same mission. If you regard that as the mission and everything else is entertainment, you'll stay in balance. The second you go off trying to do the mission, you're screwed. Because that mission is changing second to second, moment to moment. Spirit will lead you off one track, you work your butt off to get here, and suddenly all the signature drops out of it, and you're like, what? That was all it needed to get done. That was all it needed to happen.